Welcome to the Escape with Nick and Adam. My name is Nick.
And I'm Adam.
And Adam, it's
What?
Friday.
Yes.
It's the weekend.
What up, Mr. P?
I say that unless you're that's an old thing. But
Yeah, you have to be a native to know that one.
yeah, you have to be almost a radio nerd to know that. But anyway, we're wrapping up the week and we're talking about comics, movies, toys, the whole shebang. So
Yeah, we're just talking. We're
yeah,
talking
just
about
gonna
all
talk.
that good stuff.
Yeah, so Doctor Strange came out. So far the reviews are coming in not strong, but one of the things is, and Adam, I don't like a lot of things Disney does in general. But one of the things that you're hearing is if you did not watch the Wanda series, you will not know what's going on in this movie. So I understand what I thought was going to happen with, especially the Disney Plus stuff, was it was going to add to the main story. You know, it was going to be like, if you really want, more content, okay, go watch the Disney Plus store. But this, like, the movie's going to be one thing, the comic books are going to be one thing, and then all the Disney Plus content is kind of accentuate all that. No, it's if you did not watch Wanda, the WandaVision show, you will not know what's going on in this at all.
Sounds like a good opportunity to go watch WandaVision. That I
If you,
highly recommend.
but that's only if you want to go sign up for Disney Plus. So it's not a spot I would want to be in as a just your average MCU fan, where it's like, oh, you just got to, let's just say you got done watching the first Doctor Strange movie, and you're like, okay, cool, because I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was different. What's up, Danny? Thanks for joining us.
How you doing, Danny?
But hey, yeah, let's go watch the follow up to that, and you'll be like, what the hell happened?
Well, yeah, there's a lot though. I mean, Jesus, you got to watch the Infinity War. You got to watch Endgame, all this kind of stuff to even know, and then you got to watch Spider-Man: No Way Home, and even to watch that, you got to watch Homecoming and Far From Home, and we could throw Civil War in there if you want to get deep cuts on the Spider-Man. But Doctor Strange #1 totally different than Doctor Strange #2 is going to be, because it does pick up along a timeline. And if you haven't seen that stuff, you're not going to know either. Like the multiverse and all this stuff. If you just saw the Doctor Strange movie and you're like, I just like Doctor Strange or whatever, you're going to walk into that theater going, huh?
True, but at the same time, like, let's just take the Spider-Man movies. Like, hey, I know if I'm going into Spider-Man 3, I'm probably going to be behind on some stuff. But even, okay, Spider-Man 3 is not a great example. But because you walk into Spider-Man 3, you're like, why is Tobey Maguire dancing? No one knows. Still don't know. But anyway, if you walk into a sequel without watching the first one, yeah, you're going to be like, hey, what the hell?
Sure.
But if you did watch the first one and then you go straight to the next one, you're definitely gonna be like, what the hell? Like, why is what's happening? Who's this lady in red?
This big departure.
Yeah, I don't know. And it sounds like really Spider-Man really kind of threw a wrench in for a lot of things, because as soon as someone said, oh, look at all the cameos, and then people said, hey, let's do that, and it sounds like that's what they tried to do, and then everybody's like, okay, that's fun. Why do we do that?
I'm talking about what with Doctor Strange?
Yeah. So
you mean like the X-Men and stuff?
I'll just say there's cameos.
Yeah.
So
okay.
But there wasn't the cameos before.
What in all the other
So
movies? Yeah.
yeah, so it's just really anytime like a movie does something different and like a little bit outside the box, and then next thing you know, we're all going to do that from here on out. It's like, well, that's not great. It's not helpful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like. I'm going to watch it. I couldn't watch it just because of my work, but I know Adam, you were talking about maybe doing it sometime this weekend, but
Thinking about going after this podcast.
yeah, say after we're done, he might go out and
Yeah,
take
like
a look.
popcorn.
Um,
Hmm.
but and
Uh,
here's the thing too. If you didn't like Wanda, then you might not like this, because I know you liked Wanda. I know, but also that most of Phase 4 has gotten a lot of like, there's no direction, there's no anything going on here. But I know you're a fan of WandaVision.
yeah, I like all those shows except for Moon Knight, and I don't not like Moon Knight. I just am not. I gotta finish it, and I will. I don't think it's terrible, or I don't even think it's bad. It's not that. I just didn't get captivated.
I think it's well, I think it doesn't captivate you. I think it's bad.
Mm, no, because there's bad movies, man.
Well, we talked about it before. Like, I mean, if we're really honest with ourselves, most of the MCU is mediocre and below, with a few standouts here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely bigger jewels than there are. Well, there's your bigger jewels, and then there's your little diamonds, basically. Some of them are rocks. No, you know what though? I do. I am a fan of the MCU. And you and I have talked about how like they're mediocre. Well, it's because they follow that formula. You know what I mean? Where they you always minimize the bad guy, and they're always blowing up something. The hero is usually always responsible for his own problems in the MCU movies. Iron Man created his own problems.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, sort of like his legacy more than anything. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, but I mean, yeah, anyway. So that's it. That's it. That's all I really had to say on that subject, but I am a Doctor Strange fan. I am a Wanda Maximoff fan even before the TV show and all that kind of stuff. But
now help me out, because I never got into Scarlet Witch. I just always heard about her. I always knew she was very powerful. What are her powers, like? Because it seems like they're in the MCU. They seem to be kind of undefined.
well, the Scarlet Witch is the herald or the harness. She harnesses chaos magic, which is why it's a little undefined. Um, she's also a mutant in the comic books. She's Magneto's daughter. Um,
Along with her brother Quicksilver.
right. So she can restructure and reshape reality. She can think you out of existence.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She basically like whispered Charles Xavier out of existence, or well, I think she said no more mutants once, and all the mutants were just dying everywhere or fading away like the blip, something like that. That's where the House of M stuff starts and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, she's so powerful that she's mentally having a breakdown before the House of M stuff starts, and like Xavier's there, Magneto's there, a lot of the X Men are there, Captain America's there, and like Xavier's like, we gotta kill her. This is the only thing that we can do because if we let this go any longer, she's gonna destroy the entire world. We have to kill her. There's nothing we can do. Like, we can't stop her. And they got her in a bed and shit. And so all the heroes kind of have to be like, we're heroes. We don't do this. You know?
Right. So, but yeah. So, uh, probably our next show. Hopefully, we'll both see it, and then we'll both give our reviews. But reviews coming in, so but not a spoiler, but a heads up: if you have not seen WandaVision, you won't know what's going on. So
Well, we don't know that for sure.
we do know that for sure
Well, how do you know that for sure?
because I've listened to reviews all day so far. So
I don't know. I would say I'd have to see it for myself to know.
right, but everything that I've heard so far, if you have not seen WandaVision, you will not know what's going on in Doctor Strange 2.
Hmm.
So that I do know, or at least I'll share with you guys. So, all right. So, what else were we talking about? You had an interesting take on. We were just randomly Uncle Fester from the movies.
I love those movies. Actually, it's weird. I saw The Addams Family on Netflix, and I was like, "Wow!" Every time I only see Addams Family Values, and that one's eh. So I watched it a couple weeks back, and then I wanted to see Addams Family Values, and I watched that like a week ago, and I realized I really hate Christopher Lloyd as Fester. I hate him walking around going like that. Fucking Fester didn't do that. He's like this. You know what I mean? He was a jolly dude. He wasn't some fucking creep. He was creepy, but he was jolly. Putting the light bulb in his mouth and stuff. I loved the Addams Family when I was a kid. I like the Munsters too.
That pretty much that he was doing the whole time.
Yeah, and look at the other picture too. Look, there's tons of these. Look, every face sucks. I gotta go to the bathroom.
That's it. Yeah. So this is what pop. So
Marty, I know you can hear me, Marty. I'm stuck in a bald fat.
oh, this is what he did. There you go. That's what you wanted right there the whole time.
That's what Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor ends up to be.
That's what it reminds you of.
I don't know. I'm just messing around.
That's
Now click on the real Fester. Did you see the real Fester over there with the blown up cigar in his face?
Yeah, I already. Hold on. It took me into Pinterest. Something bad's happened. There we go.
What's up with that? I thought Pinterest was a good place, but every time I get redirected there, all these pop-ups come up, and I'm like, "Is this virus territory?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I mean, I haven't, but I'll just say it's I don't go there anymore.
There you go.
There you go. There's Uncle Fester. So, aren't they doing something new with the Addams Family? I saw that.
Tim Burton. Tim Burton's doing. I think it's a show. It's a live action show.
Yeah, because what's her name is supposed to be doing something with it. Who played Wednesday? Yeah, Christina Ricci.
Well, yeah, I don't think she's playing Morticia. That would have been cool.
Yeah, but I forget. Hold on, because I know she announced something that she was doing. Blue Jackets. All right. So the Addams Family, Christina Ricci raps on Tim Burton's Wednesday series for Netflix. Sure that. So.
What?
All right. So, yeah, this is from April 19th. So the Addams Family, Christina Ricci raps on Tim Burton's Wednesday series for Netflix. So that's a wrap. Wednesday, Christina Ricci reveals filming on Netflix's live-action Addams Family series from director Tim Burton has wrapped. She obviously played Wednesday Addams in 1991 and 1993. Addams Family.
Jenna Ortega's Wednesday Addams. I just
Yeah.
read ahead. Sorry,
No,
sorry,
no,
everybody.
no, the show starring Scream's Jenna Ortega will play Wednesday.
Who's pretty, real pretty, but I thought that this was an adult, grown up Wednesday, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, and that's the thing too. Netflix is in trouble. They're cutting stuff left and right. So if this makes it, I'll be not surprised. I mean,
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna hedge their bets behind a Tim Burton and Adams Family thing. I mean, if they're hurting and they need some programming, I mean, that'll draw attention. Just the
well,
names alone.
yeah, but the programming's not it's the quality of the programming. So,
Well, I know, but I'm just saying I don't think we won't see it because you know what I mean. I think they'll definitely put that out.
the it's a coming of age comedy, also stars Academy Award winning actress Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia, Luis Guzman as Gomez Adams. Luis Guzman, is that who I think it is?
Louis Guzman.
Yeah.
From A Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah, that guy. They're having that guy play freaking
I don't see anything.
Gomez. I know. Yeah, I know. Hold on. They're having him play.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely playing up the comedy angle. Then that's for sure. Anyway, well, here's okay. So everything comes to Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max, and other major streaming services in 2020.
You know what the problem is with him playing Gomez?
It's going to be over the top comedy. It's not going to be.
Okay, there's that, but I think they're gonna make Gomez kind of a buffoon.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it's not going to be your cool swap Gomez like.
Yeah, Raul Julia or John Aston.
No.
You know, John Aston's Rudy's dad.
What's that?
John Aston is Rudy's dad. And so is Patty Duke. Well, mother. Anyway.
Yeah. So this is part of the problem with Netflix. Look at the stuff they got coming up.
Three Ninjas Kick Back? Oh my god, dude, I've been waiting since the 5th grade. I've never even seen one of them.
I mean, the first one's fine, but I'm going to guarantee the 3 Ninja movies did not age well.
I wonder if, like, how many there actually are now.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. But, one thing that I did notice pop up, Menace to Society. Dude, raised on that movie. Holy Lord.
Oh, Summerland, huh? Cool.
Yeah, so War of the Worlds, I actually watched that. That was, you know what? I watched War of the Worlds. That's one with Tom Cruise. I realized one thing watching that movie. I hate Dakota Fanning. Good Lord.
Why is that?
Have you seen that lately?
Seen what?
War of the Worlds. Sat down and watched that. I was like, I know she's a kid. She's a child in the movie. But at the same time, you know what I want to do? I want her to die.
I've never seen the movie. I didn't know.
Oh. It's insufferable.
Well, she was a fucking bitch, and she was a bitch in Twilight too. But she was.
Yeah. She was. No, I was watching. I was like, if she just got sucked up by one of the aliens and had her blood sucked out, I'd be okay with it at this point.
She was that bad, huh? Not her acting; it was her character.
Right. No, her acting's fine. I hated her character, which I hate her.
Jesus, dude, that makes her a very good actress. You know what I mean? I had to slow down. I had that same feeling about the guy who played Malcolm Merlin in Arrow, and I had to come to my realization. I'm like, wait a minute, man, he's not even real. Yeah. It's just a guy. And then I saw him, especially when I saw him at Comic-Con, I was like, oh, okay, cool. You're not like him at all.
Well, he's also known for pulling his penis out and like hitting people with it.
Well, you know.
Hey, 10 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right. Like we're gonna count down from 10. Nah. Likely not. Likely not. There we go. Help, someone turned out the lights. How's everybody doing out there? I wish I could read what you're saying in the chat, but I cannot.
And I'm back.
Nick is back now.
Sorry about that.
If there's
I'm
anything
I'm all by myself, so like when the dogs go crazy, I have to go do stuff. So,
well, is there anybody talking to us in the chat?
I know Danny was says he's here for the tree out. So, yep, Danny's here. But yeah, seeing if there's anything coming to streaming that's really worth anything, because you get all these damn streaming apps, and you start going through and be like, "There's nothing here that I want to watch."
Not that you want to see. Yeah, it gets hard.
I mean, so they got the Underworld movies coming; those are fun, but Master of the Universe is on HBO. That's cool.
Now?
Yeah, apparently, or at least sometime it may.
I just bought the Blu-ray.
Oh, there you go. Now you have to worry about it. Like Hulu, I have a subscription to Hulu. I don't even watch it. Don't know why I even have it. I know I have it, but I want to watch it.
My sister loves fucking Hulu.
Certain people love it. I can't. It does nothing for me.
I like it. I just go ahead.
Nah, I'm just rambling.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything I really get sunk into. Now I hope they win lots of awards for Pam and Tommy, because that was really good.
Right.
It was funny. It was serious, and it provided most of that was based on a big 90% kernel of truth or something like that, or at least 85.
Right.
Then it's some bullshit what happened to them, regardless if Tommy Lee refused to pay him or not.
Yeah, and some of the stuff, trying to go through some of the stuff, I was like, they're bringing Tank Girl on Paramount Plus. It's like, okay, have fun with that one.
I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, you're missing a lot. Oh, it's got what's her name in it. I mean,
Lori Petty.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. But so we do have Comic-Con coming up next week, Adam. I know I got my tickets, but we also, it's part of the problem with being the Motor City Comic-Con is they start announcing people left and right, and then they start dropping off. So we had one drop off today. Hawk is not going to be there.
Oh, the Tim Richter or Alan Richter?
Alan Richter, yeah. So he won't be there, unfortunately, but it's unfortunately at this point, I just expect.
You just expect what?
Stars to start dropping off. It's just more of a matter of time. So.
Yeah, I mean, as it gets closer, schedules will flux, things will come up, all that kind of stuff.
But it's just one of those, like I said, it's just one of those, like, you got this guy coming. Yeah, okay. Start buying your photo and autograph packages. And then, like, as the days get closer, it's like, and he's gone. Oh, okay, cool. I got irritated because I follow Jim Lee came a few years ago, and I follow him on Instagram. And so I think he came for like Friday, but the only day he was staying was Friday. And then you follow him on Instagram. He's like, oh, he's going to the he's really good friends with like the guys from System of a Down. So he's just like, oh, I'm backstage at System. I was like, I followed you for the last 5 years. You've been to 1,000 System of a Down concerts. You couldn't spend a weekend in Detroit signing autographs for people. But that's just me.
Yeah, I give that resentment like 10 more years to fester. We're going to be able to see how much Nick hates Jim Lee, won't look at his art.
I want him fired. I've said it before. I've grown up loving that man's art and what he's done for the comic industry. You can see it essentially almost every artist that's come up in the last 20 years, there is a touch of Jim Lee in all those people's art. And he's great, but as running as the boss of DC, he's been a disaster. And that's just me coming back and actually paying attention the last few years to be like, not getting it done, man. So I know I haven't heard. I heard there's supposed to be big shakeups at DC, but there hasn't been any fallout so far. But yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what the actual fallout's going to be, and whether he's going to have his job at the end. And I don't I don't like. I'm not calling for people's jobs. I hate calling for. No, I am calling for a job, but I hate calling for people's jobs. It's not something I do lightly. But hey, man, you just have to basically, and that's something I've done. So I went from I collected comics hardcore when I was younger, in the '90s, into the early 2000s a little bit, and then kind of had a bit of a drop off, and then coming back, and I'm like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened to the comic books? So you were gonna say
You missed the New 52. That's all. I'm
Oh
sorry.
I know because I did get I got some. I got like when Suicide Squad came out, I got into it. I was not completely out. I kept my eye on stuff. I always kept my eye on comics, but um
You would have liked it as it came out.
well, and you can still go get it. I mean, it's
Well,
not a big
sure,
deal.
sure. No, I
But
know that. I meant
I
like
mean,
during the. Go ahead.
I say, but I'm just saying mainly Jim Lee's run as the head of DC. Because what was the other guy who he got fired a couple years ago? Was it Dan Didio or whatever?
Dan DiDio.
Didio.
Yeah, and they fired or just moved Jeff Johns as chief executive creative officer to the movies, which I think was a good thing. Um, and then then you got Jim Lee, who's now the bridge to the movies, but he's also the chief editor. So
Yeah, I know everyone called him a figurehead, but I don't care what you are at this point. It's you're getting your ass handed to you by manga. You literally lost at this point almost an entire generation of comic book collectors to manga. So, and now you've got people jumping ship left and right because of stuff that we talked about with Neil Adams, the creator owned issues. People want at least a piece of their own stuff. Yeah. I mean, DC and Marvel is still trying to play the well, if you created it under us, it's ours. It's like, dude, it's 2022. You don't get to play that card.
Yeah. Give it up after the next $1 billion you'll swallow for dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. No, I agree with you. Well, I was telling you before we could talk a little toys. I was telling you before the show started. I believe my Wally West Flash is stolen. And am I still in the show? Seem to be frozen.